Breaking news on 9 on your side.
Welcome to 9 on your side. If you are just joining us this afternoon, we have been covering breaking news. A Cincinnati police officer who was shot in East Walnut Hills.
This did happen on Victory Parkway near Yale Avenue just a little before 4 o'clock. An extensive police investigation is underway. The officer was taken to UC Medical Center. He was shot in the arm and expected to make a full recovery. Chief Elliot Isaac says the suspect was also shot and has died. We are also working to find out exactly what happened. We do have team coverage of the breaking developments for you. We're going to go straight to TJ Parker, who's outside UC Medical Center with Sergeant Dan Hills. TJ?
Dan, real quick, talk about any updates you have for us right now.
Really, I don't know. You probably may have learned more from the police department. I don't know if you have or not yet. They're going to be the ones to release more of what actually happened on that scene. What I can now tell you is reassure you that this officer, barring some freak thing, is going to be absolutely fine. He's going to need some surgery probably tomorrow. I won't go into specific details of that, but you know, he has a very, very serious wound. It's just not a life-threatening wound.
We heard from officers on scene that he was shot in the arm. Is that correct from what you're seeing up there?
Yes, sir.
And you're talking to him up there. What's he saying to you? What's the conversation like?
Well, you know what? You know, one thing that he just wants to keep saying over and over again is he wants me to go thank a couple officers that he believes saved his life today. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to go down to Criminal Investigations Squad where these other officers will be interviewed and pass on his thanks for what he just thinks was a tremendous job in saving his life.
Saved his life how?
Well, obviously this was a deadly force encounter, the details of which will be released by the police department. I don't even know, and if I knew, I wouldn't be able to share all of them with you because it's an ongoing investigation. But obviously this was a very serious situation and involved gunfire, and you know, thankfully he's going to be okay. And he credits his brothers in arms and that.
Can you talk about his experience on the street, how long he's been with the department?
You know, I'm going to take a rough guess. If he's not been on 20 years, he's probably approaching that somewhere. I'd say he's a 15 to 20 year vet.
Sergeant Hills, we talked about this a little earlier. Just your thoughts when you first heard about this incident earlier today.
Well, it kind of goes without saying, you know, when you first hear about a policeman being shot, you always think about and worry about the worst. I've been there a few times when it is the worst, and that's my biggest fear. So as much as this is an extremely serious situation, and this is a very tragic incident for us, for somebody to get hurt like this, thankfully it's not the most tragic.
Do you know if he's going to be here overnight, or how long is his stay here?
Oh, he's going to be here for a couple of days, I would imagine. Yeah, it's a serious enough gun wound. It's not a scratch. That's not a scratch at all. It's a very serious gun wound. But like I said, it's not life-threatening.
Upper arm, lower arm, any idea?
Let's just.
What about the cop's family? Are they here with the officer? Have they been notified? What's going on with
family? The direct family's been notified, but again, we're not going to release a name because there's still some extended family and stuff that maybe have to be notified, and we don't want anybody worried. Again, like I said, if you think it's your extended family member, they're going to be fine. The policeman's going to be fine in this case.
Has the officer shared anything with you in the hospital just about what happened? What has that discussion been like?
No, I mean, I don't want those details. That's for the team that investigates these things to have. I'm not his attorney. I'm just a union representative, and he will be briefed when his health allows that. He'll be briefed by the Criminal Investigation Squad. So that's not my part. My part is a personal part here to see that he and family and the other officers involved get what they need, and you know, any emotional support and stuff, and to talk to you all. So that's my part here.
Was he in uniform like he asked you?
Yeah, he is. He was in uniform. I confirm that. He was uniformed patrol duty today.
Hey, Sheree, right now we are listening in live.
All right, Sergeant Dan Hills, thank you. FOP President Sergeant Dan Hills are just giving us a brief update. He was inside with that officer, talking with him, and of course, you heard there that he is saying that he's thankful that that officer will recover again. And Sergeant Dan Hills, the FOP President, has been inside with that officer for most of the afternoon. That officer did come here several hours ago from that scene there on Victory Parkway in East Walnut Hills, which is about 6 minutes from here. But again, Sergeant Hills telling us that that officer will need some sort of surgery for the injury that he did get on his arm. He was shot in the arm, that according to Cincinnati police, and will be here at the hospital for several days. Guys.
All right, TJ Parker live out at UC Medical Center.
Okay, and we wanted to go out to that scene where this all went down, and that is where Ashley Zilka has been standing by since about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Ashley.
Tanya and Craig, I can tell you the coroner just arrived here within the past 15 minutes. Officers walked Dr. Samarco inside the apartment building where this shooting happened. Now, we've been here for a while and for the past couple hours, and I can tell you the crime scene is a lot smaller at this point. When we first got here, there were, I'd say, dozens of police cars along Victory Parkway. It was very tense, a lot of movement. Neighbors didn't really know what was going on. We actually broke the news to a lot of them. But when everyone found out that police officer was shot in the arm and is expected to be okay, there was a big sense of relief, not only for this neighborhood, but also for, of course, for police officers. Neighbors tell me the shooting happened on the 2nd floor of the apartment building. When I talk about neighbors, I talk about people that were actually inside this apartment building. They heard 5 to 8 gunshots and were told by officers to get back into their homes and lock the doors. So very tense moments right there. The building is owned by the Tilbert House. Now, we talked to Chief Isaac about 45 minutes ago. Here's what he had to say about the situation.
Officers were here about 3:40 this afternoon to serve a felony warrant here at 2630 Victory Parkway. At some point in the attempt to effect the arrest, shots were fired. We have an officer that sustained a gunshot wound to the arm, and we do have a suspect that is deceased here on the scene.
Now, neighbors told me that after they heard those gunshots, officers swarmed in, at least 2 of them, and we were wondering why they were already on scene. But what we were told, when it's a felony warrant, it's usually not one officer that is there. It's usually 1 or 2 officers that arrive. And right now, it's unclear if the suspect shot first or the officer shot first. But the Chief Police Isaac, he said that they will be giving an update at some point tonight, and of course, we will bring you that information as soon as it becomes available. Back to you.